Hey everybody, Brian here. In this video I want to show you this car here. This is a 2016 Honda Jazz. This one is super low mileage. It's done just under 33,000 kilometers and it's a 1.3 manual gearbox and it's what's called an ES model. Anyway, in this video we're going to have a look around the features on the outside and the inside and we'll go for a quick drive in the car. If there is any information you want on this car, 086 843 1945. If you want to know about trading in a car or financing this car, or if you want any information about this car in general, just give me a call, text or WhatsApp and I'll be happy to go through the information that you might need. As usual, like every video, I'm trying to hide away from the wind because, oh my god, it is so windy. Is this the windiest country on the planet? I don't know, it's always windy. Anyway, so a couple of things are on the outside of the car, things worth thinking about. This is an ES, which means it had parking sensors across the rear of the car. And then the front of the car, that also had parking sensors as well. Down here, these are daytime running lights, and then the headlights are automated. What I mean by that is obviously for daytime and nighttime they come on, but they come on by themselves. But what's nice on them as well is they have auto dip. So when you meet traffic, they dip. When you go into a unlit area, they go full by themselves. I think silver, and oh my god, is this such a sales pitch? Apologies, but I think silver is actually one of the nicer colours in them. The reason I like it is the colour of the body is quite close to the colour of the wheels. The wheels actually on these cars, they're a 15-inch wheel, and the previous owner, like sometimes you kind of look around the car and you get an idea of how it's been looked after. So this one's got Michelin tyres all around. So somebody that bothers putting Michelin tyres in a car, that's usually a good indication. The car has had two owners. First owner owned the car for the first 3 years, and then the second owner has also owned the car for just shy of 3 years as well. And for anyone then that's looking to buy the car pretty soon, there is an NCT on the 5th month of 24, and it's actually got some road tax until the 6th month of 2023. Like what we said, the mileage is super low and it does have a documented service history, giving services done at 9,000, 16,000, 24,000 and 26,000 kilometers over the last few years, and then we're going to service the car before it goes anywhere as well. From a pragmatic point of view, okay, so the size of the boot's quite good in a Jazz. This one is in really nice condition, but you'd expect it because it's a low mileage car. This has one little advantage as well. It actually has a spare wheel, which normally a Honda Jazz does not come from the factory with a spare wheel, so the previous owner would have specified that. These taillights in here, they have little LEDs in there, so they're quite stylish too. And then one of the big things on a Jazz, which makes absolutely no sense, and if you've ever seen one of these videos before, you know the way I talk about it, the space in the back. Right, okay, normal stuff. 3 head restraints, 3 3-point safety belts, ISOFIX here, ISOFIX here. Brilliant for child seats because there's so much legroom. It is really weird in these cars. So especially for kids, when you put a child seat there, the way their legs hang over, there's an extra amount of room. But even as an adult sitting in the car, it's actually strange how there's so much room in this car. The headroom is excellent. Sitting behind somebody that would be as tall as myself, well, not as tall as myself, I'm 6 foot, but that is the amount of legroom. It is just bananas. Don't know how they've done it, because when you look at the car, it doesn't look that long, but there's an awful lot of legroom in the back, so they're super comfortable to travel in for adults. In terms of the doors, the windows are electric. There's nice brushed aluminium along through here, and obviously then there's child locks for the doors as well. So you see, they're so handy, right? Like a lot of seats in cars fold down flat. Nothing unusual there, but they fall down really flat. Obviously when the two come down, you end up with this really large load space. So if you take out the tonneau cover, you know, it's like a little car style van, but the reason being that the floor goes so flat. But for some people who actually don't want to fold down their seats, then you got the magic function, so you lift and lock in place, and then you have that tall mode which allows you to push. You can do that on both sides, so you can get some awkward stuff in the back and still have a similar amount of boot space and still have two people in the front of the car. Kangaroo pocket in through here. And still on the theme of seating, so what you can do is take the headrest out, you move the seat forward then, and then you lift this here and you can push the seat all the way down flat, and then you can end up with, oops, wow, that wasn't elegant. Right, that's super comfortable. Now, okay, why you would want to do that, what situations, don't know if you're waiting for a ferry or something like that, or whatever it is, but it's unusual, but I tell you what, it is really comfortable. The car will obviously have front airbags, side airbags, and then these are anti-whiplash, so they come forward so your head doesn't go as far back in the event of an accident. But all these doors along here have steel bars for side impact protection, so they're a safe car. The engine in this car then is a 1.3 100 horsepower Flyer, actually, really good little engine, lovely gearbox, you'll see in a sec. That is one of the nicest gearboxes to use. Jazz always has been. It just feels nice, reverse all the way over and back. And like what we were saying then, there's parking sensors on the front down through here, or similarly then when I go for reverse, there's parking sensors on the rear, and actually the screen over here shows you, so you kind of got two displays as to where it is. Heating controls with air conditioning. This is a Honda Connect system, so It's touch and swipe, obviously Bluetooth and all that kind of stuff. Right, so you can customize it and set it up whatever way you want. That's pretty easy. We can show you that if you buy the car. Fine, automatic lights, automatic wipers we talked about, cruise control with a speed limiter, trip information, average speed, fuel efficiency. It also tells you things like your current speed zone, so a little guy here will light up and tell you the speed zone that you're in, and you can set the speed limit on the car to respect the speed lines. So when you go into an area and you're exceeding the speed, then you'll get a warning that you're exceeding it when you've driven into it, which is really cool. These are Bluetooth controls. That steering wheel is rake reach, so it goes in, out and up and down. And then obviously the seat that I'm in also goes low down as well. This being an ES, we'll have USB connector, an armrest, storage, drinks, another USB, 12 volt outlet, HDMI if you want to play a video up through there, but the car has to be stopped to use that function. The engine in these cars, so it's really kind of sprightly engine. It's 1.3, but it's 100 horsepower, like, so a lot of cars in this segment, 70, 80, 90 horsepower. This one's 100, and the gearbox is lovely to use. Don't take my word for it, come try the car yourself. There's a lovely crisp gear change on these cars all the way up through the gears. The car is small and nimble, so, you know, just to do, say, like a 3-point turn, well, it's probably going to be more than 3 points, but a quick turn in a gate like this, the visibility is quite good all the way around the car. So you have those little fly windows ahead, but the windows are big, the pillars are reasonably thin, so you have good visibility when you're, you know, parking and moving in tight spaces like what I just did there. But for me, I really like driving a car. You know, a lot of people that buy a car this size, it's more practical for them. I quite enjoy driving a car, and I love the gearbox in these cars. It's really satisfying to use. It's so mechanical and precise. Drinks holder over here, and the cabin, you know, it's nice and tidy. It feels like a really low mileage car, and I suppose it is, and you have that service record to back up the mileage as well. So anyway, there you have it. That is our 2016 super low mileage Honda Jazz manual ES. If there's information you want, Brian is my name, 086 843 1945. This is a family run business in operation for almost 70 years. If you want information on the car, financing, or anything you want to know, just give us a shout. Thanks a million for watching. Hopefully the car is of interest.